Pop Squat. Coming at ya. Hey everyone. We're gonna listen to another Yabujin song today, but the cool thing that I figured out all on my own, and then somebody left a comment, was yesterday we did a Yabujin song. God, I have too many things open on my computer. I just am a sucky bad person. I don't deserve to live. Somebody commented on, yes, Drugs in Her Room, that jungle style music, which is one of the things that video or that song is considered. Let me just make sure I'm talking about the correct video. Yes, jungle is based on, and again, this was in the comment, is based on old drum and bass. And what's funny is, I was listening to the video again today, because I actually liked the song and I wanted to hear it again. And I realized that the drum in the background that was so insistent, so I was like, wait a minute. That sounds like drum and bass. And so then when the comment came in and they said, oh yeah, it's based on drum and bass and blah, blah, blah. So I had to go and figure out, like, okay, even before I got that comment, I was like, wait a minute, so if that's drum and bass, then who was that guy who did a bunch of drum and bass and he was an actor? And I was like, oh yeah, Goldie. So I went and found Goldie, and sure enough, listened to one of his tracks, and of course now I can't find the frickin' thing. Maybe it was just on my regular YouTube, or regular, what I use every day. No, that's my friend. This is my friend Brian. He is a sculptor, and he is absolutely frickin' amazing. No, I have no idea where that went. But I looked up Goldie, and sure enough, I heard that drum in the background, and I was like, oh, okay, so that told me that obviously Yabujin had heard drum and bass and been a fan of it, right? And then incorporated that into his music, and I didn't notice in his previous ones if that sort of beat was also in the background, but now I will absolutely have that in my head. And it's such a crazy reference because drum and bass was actually kind of big for a while, or at least it got a lot of attention, and there's a few songs that I like that are drum and bass. It really, really got very repetitive very quickly, so I can understand why it sort of had its heyday and then went away. But the fact that it's surfaced again in Yabujin's music, which was maybe 10 or so years after, maybe more than that, I don't remember exactly, after drum and bass, totally makes sense to me that he would have heard that, and then at some point he would say, oh yeah, this is the sort of sound I want in the back of this, because he'd already heard it. And I think that sort of thing is amazing, and that's why we see music changing over time, right? And we see how one person hears something, and then they pull something else from another type of music, and then they combine them into something else, and then we just label all that hip-hop. Or rap, because the people are rapping instead of singing, or whatever. Like, it's just so crazy, all this different music that gets lumped into this category, and it's a blast. So this is Garden. This is another song that was suggested by Hamish. Am I right? Yes, that is my correct note. And he requested a whole bunch of Yabujin because he's obviously a big Yabujin fan. And I will cross that off my list. And we have probably a few more by Yabujin. I do not mind doing them because I like his music. So let's go here. Yabujin, this is the second track off of the album Baroque, Baroque, not broke, and came out in 2020, also produced by Yabujin, 2 minutes 54 seconds, and I do have lyrics over here, and I don't know if this is a video, but if it is not a video, I will move the lyrics over in case you want to try and follow. It's a video of some kind. No, that's not the right word. The number of different cultural references in Yabujin stuff is really amazing. I mean, he's clearly has a huge computer game influence. Everything from the videos, which I don't know if he actually made this video or had someone make this video, or if this is something that someone just did on their own, but clearly he's been heavily influenced by computer games of all sorts, whether you're talking about, you know, probably not muds and mushes from way back in the day, but anything with a graphic element and a story element, he has been influenced by. I would even throw anime and probably manga into that, and I would throw rap and hip hop and all the different subgenres of those sorts of music that he's heard, and he pulls them all together to create really an entirely new kind of music, because most artists previously haven't been pulling a lot from the computer game side of things, and it really adds a much more electronica-y sound that is distinctively computer game-like, and it's not like anything else, and it just is amazing. Oh. Okay, so I will say that singing you hear, those are lyrics, and I am reading them, and I don't think they matter, because again, if they mattered, we could hear them. Like he would make them clear enough for us to just understand naturally. And I can't even tell you what they say. I think the word blood, yes, there was the word blood over there. Gardens also being mentioned. But I don't think it matters, because what this song is really about is the feeling of it. And the video is reflecting that, because it's so washed out and white, right? Like it's such a bright song. Like it's not necessarily happy, but it's there's so much brightness to the sound of it that this video makes total sense. The images they're showing make total sense, and I'm not able to read the lyrics here and the subtitles on the video game, but I, I have no idea if it's related, but it just is such a perfect fit for what he's trying to do with the music. It's crazy. Oh, absolutely beautiful song. What an absolutely beautiful song. Gardens are silent. Garden of blood. One day we will go away. Garden calling. Oh, I lost my place. Oh, secrets of time. I'm watching an angel return. Return. That was the first. Those were all the lyrics we could not understand at all. Baby, I loved when he came in and started singing, and it was again. Haha! I just realized it went from being very dreamy and mushy, as in you couldn't really make out the words, to being much more solid when he actually came in to give us the lyrics. And God, and such a good voice. And I know he probably was altered quite a bit, but I don't care. It sounded really good. And what he's saying was, "Baby, I will never. Baby, I will never trust if I wanna. Baby, I will never. No, never gonna trust if I wanna. I will never gonna trust if I wanna." It came out fine when he was singing, but I could never say that line. I just couldn't. Doing what I want, I'm drowning in water, doing what I wanna, living what I wanna, doing what I want, doing what I want more just like I'm water. By the way, don't trust no one, babe. Mother Earth, take me down and die. What are you doing, cat? Tell me what I want more just like I'm water. This is, yeah, I'm not understanding these lyrics at all. And I'm sure I'm confusing as hell just trying to read them and make sense of them because they do not flow together well for me in my head as I'm reading them. Gorgeous song. Doesn't affect my opinion of this song whatsoever because I don't think the lyrics matter too incredibly much. I think probably much like the song sounds very open and able to be taken in a bunch of different ways, like understood in a bunch of different ways. I think the lyrics are probably the same, so people could probably look through these lyrics and go, oh, I can see maybe he's talking about this, that, or the other thing, but there's nothing solid here. There's nothing that you could say, yep, that's what this is about. Gorgeous song. Love it. Yabujin is quickly becoming a favorite of mine. Just all of his stuff is so cool, and just the different cultural touchstones are so interesting. I mean, we've got a guy who's from, where was he from? Damn it, I forget. Doesn't matter. It does matter, but influenced heavily by Asian cultures, but then also heavily influenced by hip hop of the last 20, 30, 40 years. And he's like literally at the center between those two places in kind of Central Eastern Europe, at least if I'm understanding or if I'm remembering correctly where he's from. And that is just such a crazy cool combination of things to see. And I don't know if anybody else would have come up with it, but somebody who is sitting like halfway between those two worlds and was being given so much content from both of them. It's just so absolutely amazing. Pop Squat, checking out. Please like, subscribe, and share. I'll be back.